Hello and welcome. So this is the Canon camera and this is the bag. So this will be the bag that we will be using to hold our camera, and as you can see, it's a neat bag. And we will come to this in a minute, but now let's take a quick look at the beast EOS M50 Mark II that comes with 15 to 45 STM kit lens with EF mount. Now let's look inside the box. So here we have a user manual. It comes in different languages, as you can see, from Canon, and we have a bunch of papers. Like this one will teach you how to download the apps for Android and iPhone. It will teach you how to use Google Photos, Google Drive, Adobe Creative Cloud to store your photos. So it's like a marketing brochure. And this is another getting started manual. So these are the user manuals. Now when it comes to the box, here we have the, let's say, the camera belt that you can use to hold the camera. Well, I usually don't use these, I only use them when I'm outdoor, but it comes with Canon flag. So let's leave this aside. And now we have another piece, which is basically the power cord for the charger. As you can see, this is the power socket, and this is for European cable made in China. Now we also have, let's leave this here, we also have the battery charger. As you can see, this is an original Canon battery charger that comes inside the box. Now the next thing is, first you can plug the cable to the battery charger so that you can charge the battery, as you can see. So this is the camera body and this is the battery itself. So let's bring up the battery. It's a very small battery, to be honest, and as you can see, it's protected with this layer. Now this is the battery, Canon battery, 7.2 volt, around 875 milliamp, a lithium ion battery. Now you can easily charge the battery by placing it inside the charger. It will go this way and you can start charging by simply plugging the cable. Now this is the camera body. As you can see, it's more than protected with more than one bag and another bag for protecting the camera body. And what I like about this camera is that it is a very small camera. Now you can hold it in one hand and it's a very light camera. Here is the place where you can hook things up, and this is the articulating screen, as you can see. Now this is for protecting the lens area, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's leave this aside. Now the last part in this box is one of the most important parts, which is the lens. As you can see, this is our camera lens. Now you need to make sure that you are handling this lens carefully. Again, it's also a small lens. This is the lens, and as we already mentioned, it's a 15 to 45 millimeter with image stabilizer lens, Canon lens. So let's place it right here. Now these are the main two parts in our setup. So let's remove all of these items. Now we need to remove this handle, which is a protective handle for the sensor. This is a mirrorless camera, so place it right here. Now this is the lens. It also has a protective Canon handle. Now you can easily bring this camera, and this is our lens, and you can see that we have this mount, and we need to place, this is an EF mount, and we need to place our lens. Now in order to place your lens correctly, you need to make sure that you are looking at the white point here, and you are pointing the white point in the lens here to this white point. So point them together, rotate, and here you are. Now you have the lens in place. Now let's move on to other things. Here we have the viewfinder, and here we have the name of the camera, EOS M50 Mark II. Here we have the mic input, and as you can see, it's on a different place than other inputs. Here we have the clean HDMI input, as you can see, and a USB input right here for connecting this camera to your computer. We have a lot of buttons that we will cover in a different review. Now underneath here we have this holder for fixing the camera to any mount that you have, any tripod, and here you can click on this button and you are opening the memory card and the battery slots. Now let's talk a little bit about the memory card. Now what I bought is this SanDisk memory card. I will leave links in the description. It's for Extreme Pro and 64 GB. It's specialized for 4K Ultra HD, and it can go up to 170 megabytes per second, which is a very high speed for an SD card. And it's not a cheap SD card because I want to shoot videos in 4K. That's why I went with this option. It's from SanDisk, and this is a very well-known brand. Now we can open this up to see what's inside. So let's get started by simply opening it from this area. So, okay, I think there is somewhere else where you can open this from, but anyway, I think this is getting the job done. So here we have the SD card, and as you can see, it's well packaged. Again, this is our SD card. Now this is a SanDisk SD card, and again, don't go cheap when it comes to the SD card. Try to get one that is at least 100 or 170 megabyte when it comes to the speed. Now let's place this SD card. Once you hear the tick, it means that you have connected the SD cards correctly. Now let's try to see if the battery has some charge in it out of the box. So I guess so. So let's place the battery as well. Make sure that you are placing it correctly. Now we have our battery and our SD card connected. Let's remove the protection for the lens, and let's turn this on. Now I don't think that this has any charge in it, but let's make sure that we are double testing this. Okay, so we don't have any charge in the battery. So I will charge the battery, then we can test this thing out. I will do the testing in another video. Thanks for watching this unboxing video. This is basically how the size of this, M50 camera. So it's a very small camera. You can easily grab it in one hand and start using it. Again, thanks for watching. This is it for this video. You can see links in the video description for getting this lens at a discounted price plus the SD card. This is Ashraf from Educational Engineering Team.